come see, come see, come see. We're just gonna start pointing some things out to you so that you can be aware of how this garden is transforming. We got onions here. These can be harvested at different stages. This stage here will give you a nice green young onion that you can use the whole top and the bottom of. Also, if we leave these in the ground and go through and trim the tops, that will direct energy back down to the bulb, and we'll get a larger bulb from that onion. So you can go through and trim these. Also, they can be harvested. There's shallots in here. There's basils in here. These basils are really starting to come. Whenever you see them flower like this, that means all these top tips can be trimmed and utilized in your salads, even in your smoothies, in green drinks, in pasta dishes. Just utilize these tops with the flowers, and that'll keep it from going directly to seed and stop growing, right? We want it to keep flourishing. Over on the other side of the basil, you'll see we have these peppers. They're standing strong. We've just had a good rain. You'll see in here there are some fruit, some pepper fruits and pepper flowers. So that's happening well. Turn your attention to this. Look at this. This is an amazing bed of zucchini. And inside here, we'll see all types. You'll see the flower. There's a flower. After the flower comes the fruit. There's some big fruits in here. The large zucchinis can be processed. Look at this here. Zucchinis have a little bit of spiky thorns on them. So you'll just kind of spread the leaves open, get to this large one like this, turn it, and it'll come right off. A zucchini this size or larger you want to use for baking. Zucchini breads, muffins, all that type of stuff. Zucchinis like that can be used. This variety is tender on the inside. Even when it's large like this, it won't be all seedy. This is the size you might want to use for your pasta dishes and things of that nature. See the difference? And then you can even get them much younger than this if you like. And these ones, the big ones, can also be used for making raw pastas. You can turn this into zucchini pasta by, you know, shredding it or running it through one of those, there's a word for it. You chefs already know it. We have lettuce and spinach that's going to seed. Same thing. You can use these seed tops. Just clip them and use them. When it comes to these lettuce, they're about to bolt, which is to show their seed. Just come down low and cut the whole lettuce head out and just use that. Fresh, use it in your salad. More zucchinis, strong plants. You can blanch these, freeze these, bag them up. Also, when you start having this type of production in your home garden, what you want to do is share it with friends and family, right? Before GWYA started as a business, our tagline was grow food where you are and share it with those you love. Got condensed down to grow where you are. So turn around and look at how this grape arbor is looking. Grape, as you remembered when we first planted, it was very small. It's starting to climb this arbor just the way we thought it would. Look at these mustard greens. You may have seen on Laila Ali's profile where she cooked up these mustard greens. There's mustard greens, purple mustard greens, green mustard greens, and beets. Yo, come around to this side and check out the size of these beets. Now these beets, the greens can be used as well as the roots. Look at this here, y'all. Look at that. Look at that. You take that in, you wash that off. You can saute it, stew it, juice it with some apples and ginger, and have you a strong, powerful beet drink. Look at this, huh? This is serious, serious food right here. Now, as we look, we see the okra here in the back, and we see cabbage in the front, and I think these might be radishes. Let's hope and see. Yeah, these are some radishes. So we got look at that purple cabbage. Look at that purple cabbage. So we got cabbage heads all throughout here. Again, this can be all types of Asian dishes, all types of stews and soups. You know how to use cabbage. Shred it, blanch it, have it saved in the freezer or the fridge, and do what you need to do with it. The food is abundant. Come see. Many of the larger broccoli heads already got harvested and consumed, and then it shoots out more florets. So these are baby broccolis that come from the stem after the large broccolis have been harvested. There's collard greens in here. There's cucumbers on this back trellis. Training your vines to go up. As you see, they have a lot of tendrils. These tendrils will grab hold of anything that you kind of direct them towards. They'll wrap around and grow vertically. That allows us to double up the space. And look in here, look in here, look in here. What? This is a Japanese variety of cucumber. Very beautiful, very sweet, full of water. This you also want to chop it, slice it, juice it. You put that in a juice with some melon or some lime, even a little bit of salt. And then there's the tomatoes. There's the tomatoes. Look at how these tomatoes have grown. The first set of tomatoes that we planted got hit with a late freeze back in April. We came through, had to replant the majority of these tomatoes, and now they're really, really flourishing. So what we want to do here, we want to find places where we can prune a little bit so we can get more light in, allow for ease of harvest, get more light in so that the fruits can actually take hold and get ripened. So we'll do just a light pruning because the cages seem to be holding up real well. So if the cages can support the weight and the plants can support the weight, then we'll leave them and allow them to do their thing now. Look at how these marigolds have grown in here. The marigolds are a protector crop for the tomatoes. They really love to they act as an insecticide and protect the crops. So we'll give them a little bit more light just by pruning and allowing more light to come into the situation. Basil, purple basil, green basil. Back up and take a look. This is a beautiful, beautiful space. We are honored to have created this space with Laila Ali and Curtis Conway at their home space. And this place is looking fantastic. Look at what the rain can do. Grow where you are.
The chives are still strong in here. We got these. These are ready to pick. The flowers can be picked too. I think we talked about that last time. These potatoes, we're gonna kind of push off to the side so we still have this half of the bed ready for sweet potatoes. Soon these will be taking over the bed and you'll be able to take cuttings of them and fill up this area. But these are not ready to be harvested yet. They're gonna need another few weeks. When they start turning brown, they'll be ready. So we're pulling aside some of this mulch. This is the sweet potato. These varieties are the Japanese or Korean. They're white flesh. And usually we curve up the stem a little bit so we get all those roots in the ground. Cover it right back up. Give them about a foot in between. We'll do half of this bed with the, this variety is called Murasaki. And then we'll do the other half of the bed with the orange bells. The greens of these sweet potatoes are edible. So once they start vining up, you'll be able to get in here and harvest the greens for cooked greens. They're really the best cooked. But by the time they start coming in is when the collards and the broccoli and all of those greens stop doing as well because of the heat.